Okay, awesome. So hey everybody, welcome to our December Tech Bite. I can't believe it's basically a few days till Christmas here, and happy holidays to everyone. Hope everybody's kind of wrapping up the year and um, getting ready for some awesomeness. So today I wanted to talk. So R81.20 came out. It is GA. There's a lot in this one. This is a big change. And so I wanted to break out some of the things that are new in R81.20, but I felt that there were so many of them that we might need to do 2 sessions. So I chopped them up into management, which we're going to talk about today, and then, the firewall / threat prevention side. So I literally have, I guess you could call this 5 slides technically, but it's really 3. And then I'm going to hop into a demo and we'll see a few of the new features from the management perspective. So let me pop that up. Of course, it does the wrong window. It always does. There we go. Mark, you got the presentation window, right? That's sharing.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Perfect.
I do.
Okay, perfect. So there are numerous changes to management in R81.20. The 5 biggest ones that I'm going to highlight here in this slide deck. We now have a browser-based version of SmartConsole available in R81.20. You literally open up Edge or Firefox or Chrome or whatever you have, go ahead and access SmartConsole from here. It allows you to do it from a variety of machines, which can include Apple devices, something that we've talked about in the past, I'm sure. SAML authentication for SmartConsole. We had always had LDAP. We now have the SAML protocol as well. So if you have a third-party IAM tool or single sign-on, what have you, that uses SAML, you can now use that to authenticate it to SmartConsole. That works on the web one as well, the browser-based one. SmartWorkflow. SmartWorkflow is kind of neat. We call it the 4 eyes approach, if you've heard that terminology. Essentially, you set your admins permissions, and if they need to have their changes reviewed, literally they make their changes. It notifies the reviewer or reviewers that the changes are pending. They can easily see what changes are pending and approve or deny it. Network feed objects. So we have the ability to now automatically create objects based on an external server's list, which you can then update the list as you please, and have objects imported automatically into SmartConsole to build rules around. And then the last one, cloud services integration. So we have the ability to connect an on-prem management server to the Infinity portal now. That gives you a variety of features and functionality, and I'm sure that list is going to grow as we continue to move forward from here. The 3 big ones that I'll point out: you can run services that are managed on the Infinity, not Inginity portal, on the management server side. You can see a unified log view of your CP products. This is really nice. So you can literally go to one place, whether it be the on-prem Smart Log in SmartConsole or one of the tools on the Infinity side, or on the Infinity portal side, and you can see logs from both places. So if you have a Harmony product, for example, and your firewall on-prem, you'll be able to view both logs in the same place. There are some new admin capabilities in the Infinity portal, a lot of them based around APIs, that this now will allow you to do them on-prem management. And I must apologize for my spelling on this, because I mean, it's pretty atrocious on this slide. And then lastly, kind of a tune in next time, kids. There are changes to the threat prevention side too. We are not going to talk about them today, but you may see that the next Tech Bite could very well be on this topic. And that's it on the slide deck. So I'm going to move over to the demo. If we have any questions, let's get the PowerPoint. If you have any questions, please feel free as always to drop them into the chat, etc. Let me get this up. I'm going to check the Zoom before I hit full screen. I don't see anything, which is fine. Let me go ahead and full screen this. Full screen. Okay, perfect. All right, so here's my demo environment. I'm going to show you just a few of the things we talked about really quick. First one being Web SmartConsole, right? So what we're going to have is simply you open up a browser and you type in the address of the current firewall, right? / SmartConsole. Otherwise, you're going to get the traditional web UI. And here we are at SmartConsole. So once we log in, you just grab my credentials here. Here we go. Looks an awful lot like the SmartConsole we're all familiar with, I'd say. Now, there are today a few limitations. I came up against a few. I'm sure there's a few more. You cannot today add a gateway to the SmartConsole in the web UI. You need the regular SmartConsole. I'm sure that's something that they'll work out eventually. And then also the Manage and Settings tab is completely unavailable currently. Again, you know, for either of those, go ahead and use the regular SmartConsole client. Now you'll see, as an example, everything looks pretty much the same, right? And we can go ahead and add rules as we please. So, for example, I'll just throw one. Actually, I'll change this one right here, SaaS applications. So we see, come on. There we go. So we see, as an example, we can go ahead and add and remove things from here. So I don't know, let's just put FTP in here. May not make a whole lot of sense for this rule, but we'll just add it so we change something. And there you go, it's added in. And just like the SmartConsole, you'll see your session has one unpublished change. You can publish and you can install. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to uncheck threat prevention just to make this faster. And there we go. Our new change is up and running. So pretty straightforward, I think. Really cool to have this in a browser and the ability to reach it from a lot of different places. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log out so that I can show you the ability to work with a third-party provider. So literally in here, at this screen, you drop this little drop down, and if you work with an identity provider, it comes up right with it, and it'll bounce you to it if you've configured it properly. So we here have done Okta, right, as an example. And let me just sign into the single sign-in. And there you go, we're in. The same feature also works with SmartConsole. Let's start up. This is a little, this is like a cloud demo environment I have, so might take a second. There it is. So again, this little drop down, identity provider, and it'll bring you to the SSO. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out once more. So now I want to show you SmartWorkflow, which I think is really cool. This is the change approval functionality that we were talking about earlier. So I'm going to log into this one with one of my other admins. This admin is set up to where he or she needs approval for any changes they make. So as an example, we'll go back to our little rule 5 here. And let's go ahead and remove that FTP that I had added. Subtract that, close. You'll see again that the change number is up there, but you see it says submit request, right? It will move my session to a pending state. So when I hit submit request, and I'll put in here removed, it's wise to put a good description here. Rule 5, I submit. And there you go. My request is in, but no changes have been actually made, right? So if I go ahead and look, I'll show you this too. Should pop up in a second. Let that cook. So here's email. We're going to move over to the T3 admin account. The email hasn't come yet, but it should come in a second. And you can see right here, it won't let me install this change. Shouldn't let me install that change. So you'll see right here, it says that it sent that email to the admin. If we come in here, click away and click back. Here we go. So the approver gets an email like this, right? A session was submitted by the other admin. See the attached report. If we click on the attached report, we'll see that it gives us a great summary of what the changes were, right? One edit was made. And if we scroll down to here, it'll show you exactly. Rule number 5 was edited. The part that was edited is right here, right? The FTP was scratched out. Everything else was kept the same. So we have our summary of what was changed. Now the overall approver says, okay, that's fine. We're expecting that. It says it installed, but I don't think it did. Interesting. The approver says that's fine. We're going to go ahead and log the approver in, and I'm going to do it from here in SmartConsole for the moment. Here we are. You'll see that the approver has a little notification looking thing here, right? And in the sessions, he has one that he has to approve. If the approver comes here and they didn't see the change report, it is available here as well. We already saw it. We will approve that change. And the change is now published. Now just because it published it, it still hasn't actually pushed it. You still have to do an install policy, either from here or from the initial person that changed it. And you'll actually see that once the approval is made, the initial person that made the change, it takes a second, but they'll get an email that says, hey, your change was approved. Go ahead and install policy. There we go. So the machine just sent out the email. And if we refresh in here, there we go. So session was approved by the other admin. Now then you're ready to roll. Push out your changes. The last thing, which I'm not going to dive too deep into, I'm just going to kind of show you, is that you'll see, there's a couple different things over here on the left that weren't here in R81.10. And one of the things here is to hook up that on-prem smart management to the Infinity service. So this is actually where it is, and it gives you directions on how to go ahead and connect to the Infinity portal, right? And it actually shows you, here's some of the new things, here's some of the tools we can directly hook into, including remote APIs. And this will actually give you a string, right? If you want to go ahead and set up with the Infinity portal, it actually gives you a string to go ahead and pop into the Infinity portal. I think we're kind of at that 20-minute mark, so I'm going to stop it here. We showed a couple things pretty quickly. I want to ask if there are any questions. Checking the chat, don't see any. I'll hold for a minute. Oh, raise the hand. Okay, let me go ahead and see somebody raise their hands. So I'm going to go ahead and allow them to talk. Chris, you're on.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. No, this is good information. I really do appreciate that. I tried to do chat, but it's disabled, but I do have to run. But I do. Hey Mark, how you doing, man? It's Chris Cologne.
That's awesome. Chris, I hope this was helpful, man.
Yeah, no, this is good stuff. Come the new year, and it's a whole nother year of fun and adventure. So this is good to know now.
Yep. Exciting stuff. Mm-hmm.
Mark, after the new year, you and I to hook up, maybe meet in the city, or we can do a Zoom, whatever you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's put something on the calendar for first week or two in January.
Perfect.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan. Good deal, man.
All right. Awesome.
All right,
Chris,
guys.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Joe. Enjoy the holiday season, guys.
You too, man. Enjoy.
Thanks. You too, Chris.
You got it. Take care.
I see also we have a question in the Q&A, which is awesome. Can R81 be upgraded directly to R81.20? And the answer is yes. Yes, you don't have to stop at R81.10. You will have to make stops from older versions, which I think includes R80.10 and 20. But yeah, 81 can go directly to 81.20. Great question. Gonna hold for another minute or two, see if we have any other questions, comments. I like doing these R80, R80 or R81, the Gaia updates, as we release a new version. I like to try to get the news out of new features, and this one is pretty rich in features. If you can't wait, you picked up, I'm sure by now, that we're probably going to do the threat prevention side of the house in our next Tech Byte. If you can't wait that long and you got to sneak up and find that Christmas present everybody's hiding, you could check out the R81 secure knowledge, SK article, and that's got a lot of information. And of course, it has the ISOs and SmartConsole download, etc. Okay, I don't see any further questions, which I know we kind of whipped through some things quickly and people might be still digesting, so that's fine. Appreciate everybody hopping on. Hope everybody has a great day and a great holiday season, and look forward to seeing you in the new year and seeing you in the next Tech Byte. Thank you.